What is going on, people? Mark from Double Clutch Auto Reviews here. Thank you so much again for tuning in for another review video. Today, I'm with my friend Troy with his awesome 2009 R35 GTR, making 600 wheel horsepower and 550 pound-feet of torque to the wheels. And that's on a Mustang dyno too, not a dyno jet. So that's a pretty underestimated rating for this bad boy. So first we're gonna jump in and I'll show you the interior real quick, and then we're gonna take this thing out on the road for a spin. All right, y'all, now climbing into the 09 R35 GTR. We have, of course, greeted by loads of carbon fiber with these very well bolstered bucket seats. We'll climb on in, fire it up, push the brake. So right now we are obviously in park. To put it into drive, you have to push this lever down on the gear lever and put it right down into auto. As you can see right now in the gauge cluster, we have an A for auto. If you want to put it into manual mode, you move this over to the right, one click, and now it goes into manual mode in first gear, obviously, or we can put it back into automatic with another click. And if you want to go into manual mode via using the paddle shifters, you can click either paddle one time and it goes into manual mode right there. So this is a fully customizable center gauge cluster screen with all of these readouts.
Designed by the people responsible for the original Gran Turismo video game.
Very cool.
It's actually different settings and you
can
customize all of them. You know, everything from torque split to temperatures of various fluids throughout the vehicle. But further down, there's actually things like G-force readings, steering angle, throttle percent, even brake pedal, cornering G-forces, gear position. You can adjust for things like efficiency and where the boost kicks in. Stopwatch for track timing, and even things like fuel range.
Gotcha, awesome. Now moving down that, we have our radio controls and climate controls, pretty self-explanatory. And of course the most important switches down here, which are our transmission, suspension, and traction control. You have to hold up and hold it on R to get into full race mode. Right now we have traction control completely off. The suspension is in race mode and the transmission is in race mode. This is the fastest shifting, the hardest stiffness of the suspension, and the least amount of traction control. And of course we have a Bose sound system as well. I'll show you the speakers in the back. And what's actually hilarious is this is a 4-seater. Can you believe that? I can't even imagine that anyone besides an infant being able to fit back here, but it is technically a 4-passenger vehicle. Looking down the center console, we have our engine stop button, of course, and we have 2 cup holders and our parking brake, along with a, minimalistic center console storage area, but nonetheless it is a little bit of space, and it has a 12-volt outlet right there. Looking down here, we also have the side door cubbies, but these are actually mesh, but they are quite stiff. They're not like you would expect the mesh to be. They're almost like the sport mesh door cubbies, so to speak. Now looking at the gauge cluster, we can see everything's analog, and if you can't believe that, check this out. It has 120,000 miles. That is unbelievable to see a supercar with 120,000 miles on it. That is truly something else. And the fact that this motor has not been fully rebuilt yet, these are the stock internals. That is quite amazing. True testament to Nissan's engineering with this car. We'll give it a couple of revs so you can see how the tachometer blips up. Woo. I'll also show you here in the center stack this fully customizable performance pages. You can have all of these settings interchangeable based on what you want to see in real time. Couple of revs, you can see the boost go up. Very cool.
It's also it is touchscreen, by the way.
Oh wow.
Very primitive navigation.
Yeah, it really looks like it. Wow. That is oof.
I don't know the controls of the Navi, but
wow. 2009, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god, I can't even there we go. Oh, yeah, all right.
The function button will take you back to there.
Gotcha. Yeah, let's just leave it on that. And lastly, we have a hidden button above the CD drive that activates the front camera, so you can park more easily without hitting stuff. All right, let's fire this bad boy up. Off we go. I, of course, have to start off with saying, Troy, thank you so much for letting me drive your awesome supercar today.
Absolutely.
So this GTR has quite an extensive build list, of course, to make 600 wheel horsepower and 550 wheel pound-feet of torque. I will put all the finer details in the description below, but essentially it has full bolt-ons, intake, exhaust, turbo inlets, an upgraded intercooler, bigger 1000cc injectors upgraded from the factory 570cc injectors. We also have dual 485 liter per hour fuel pumps. Troy also has carbon fiber bits all around the car, inside and out. We have a front lip, rear diffuser, We have the brake ducts. We also have the dry carbon fiber aero plates underneath the car. I mean, this thing is just done up top to bottom. We also have huge Brembo brakes, front and back, that stop this car on a dime, of course. He's also running Dunlop SP 7010 run flat tires. He also has a 2013 R35 GTR transmission in this, running the 2016 Nismo tune on it. Troy also has Rex Speed titanium exhaust tips, which I absolutely love. And this thing also has a flame map and shoots fire. This thing is absolutely a supercar on a budget, so to speak. The amount of performance you're getting for the amount of money you're spending, the bang for your buck, is just absolutely incredible. And I'm so lucky to say that I'm finally driving one of these. And just to note, before we get really going, driving this car around town just in automatic mode and in comfort, it's so easy. Like, anyone can really do it. It's not that big of a deal. It is a little bit low, obviously, but other than that, it's not a difficult car to drive at all around town. Very unlike a traditional supercar. Theoretically, this could be a very good daily driver. That's one thing that people mention a lot about this car, is that it's like the ultimate daily driver. As you can see, it can fit all of our stuff pretty easily. It could definitely fit a couple of golf bags. AC does blow cold, geez. You weren't kidding. However, the AC takes away a lot of power, Troy says. So right now, we're just chilling, driving around town. We had the AC going, so we're nice and comfortable. But once we get this thing ripping, we'll roll the windows down and turn the AC off and do some big pulls. All right, we're gonna give it a little beans, guys. Man. Whew. So I had my foot like half throttle. It was like building boost, but once the boost builds, it just takes you for a ride, and the power just keeps building and building and building. The shifts are lightning quick. I'm just in automatic mode and I'm letting the transmission do it on its own. Man, it's like butter. According to Troy, fourth gear is the real superstar of this transmission. That's where this car really starts to pull super hard. I'm just also so impressed that this has 120,000 miles on it with this much power, and it hasn't been taken apart and completely rebuilt yet. Like, that is something else. 120,000 miles. It's almost as much as my Honda Accord, and it's a 6-speed automatic dual clutch transmission. And I'm just in 6th gear, just cruising along. It's so funny when you let off throttle. Look how quiet it gets. All right, on throttle. Off throttle. It's amazing that when you let off the throttle, it immediately quiets down. Even with the full turbo back exhaust, all the valves open, when you just want to calm down, it calms right down. But when you want to wake it up, it wakes up. This GTR is running around 3 seconds 0 to 60, and it's around the high 10s, if not mid 10s in the quarter mile on the 93 octane pump gas tune it has currently now. Woo! Ooh, those downshifts are nice, baby. All right, now we have it in manual mode. Let's see if this person gets out of our way. Oh, why, thank you, sir. Quick downshift. Should I go to 3rd? Is that too much? No. Too much? All right. Yeah, you're good. Right now we're in 4th gear, full send. Come on, baby. Oh, yes. Woohoo! And the confidence of those brakes, it's like nothing. Between the all-wheel drive, the fantastic technology that went into this car, the brakes, it's just like a video game. That's a very common quote that you hear tossed around a lot about the GTR. It's like driving a video game. I'd like to say it's a little bit more visceral of experience driving it in real life than that. However, just the fact that it's so easy, I totally get what people are trying to say. Some people say that the GTR is actually kind of numb and boring. I don't understand. I have no idea what people are talking about in regards to that, because this thing is just an absolute blast. All right, double downshift pull. 5th, 4th, send. Ladies and gentlemen, Godzilla at its finest. There's a reason why the GTR has such a strong heritage in car culture and why it was bestowed that name. God, you are just confident like nobody's business in this car. feel like a superhero. And I think the superhero feeling you get with this car is just based on how easy it is. You're not really working for it. Like some cars, you just really have to work for the power and you really have to focus, and it's taking all of your energy to keep the car under control. This is just easy. It's just easy. It's just effortless fun. I also really love the power seat controls. I don't know, they're just nice and thick, and I just feel like I'm doing something when I'm using them. It's just neat to feel something quite hefty compared to like the tiny little buttons that we're used to feeling. Not really sure if that makes a difference to anybody but me. However, just something I figured I'd mention. Here's the grip. Is that just me, or can you smell the fuel? Like,
No, you absolutely can.
oh my God, this thing is running rich, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Much better than running lean, though. We would much rather be running rich. Downshift, full throttle. So right now I'm cruising at 77 on the highway. Drone is still there, but other than that, it's pretty minimal. It's very hard to hear, but when you let off at just the right amount of RPMs, right around like 2,700, you hear the psh. Turbo whistle. It's so cool. The exhaust definitely dominates the sound though, but if you're lucky and you just get it just right, you hear a little psh. So I'm in second gear, quick send. Oh yeah, baby. Troy, thank you so much for letting me drive your awesome GTR, man. I really appreciate it. This is an absolute pleasure.
Not a problem. I hope you had a blast.
I absolutely did. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. It really helps me out to grow my channel, and it means a lot to me. Take care, guys. See y'all in the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.